so now we're going to talk about the striker fire pistol. That's like all the rage and what everybody's been talking about, what everybody's using lately. So the striker fire system does not have a hammer, has a striker fire system inside. So it's sleek, it's more modern, and it is designed to keep you safe. So we'll get into all that later in the video. So the big question is, you know, does it give you more? Is it more safe? Is it more reliable than the hammer fire? A lot of us old school cats who grew up on the hammer fire, that's what we're used to. A lot of us were resistant to striker fire guns, especially when they first get the polymer. We couldn't stand it. We also was tripping about red dots, so don't pay attention to some of us old school cats sometimes. It may take us a little while to get on, but let's talk about the differences, the advantages, the disadvantages between hammer fire, striker fire. All right, first up, the basics. Striker fire pistols, like the iconic Glock 17, don't use a traditional external hammer to strike the firing pin. Instead, they have a striker bar, a spring-loaded firing pin. This design has surged in popularity thanks to its simplicity and reliability. But is it really better than the tried and true hammer fire mechanism? All right, so striker fire pistols are known for their consistent trigger pull, no hammer, absence of a hammer, and also no external safety. A lot of times your hammer fire will have a safety, but most of the time your striker fire pistols will not have a safety on it.
Where is the safety? Exactly.
So I guess a lot of people say the general purpose is to kind of make that smooth, kind of snag-free design that's easy to carry and conceal, not like the full size I got. But I guess the lack of a hammer and lack of a safety on there makes it less snag-proof, more snag-proof, easier to conceal.
Easier to conceal. All right.
And also, the trigger pull is the same after every shot, which, you know, should increase your accuracy and help out with getting shots on target a lot better. Let's break down the magic behind a striker fire gun. All right, so minus the old school hammer. Imagine, instead of a hammer, this gun rocks a striker bar, a kind of internal superhero. Picture this: a spring-loaded firing pin shaped like a pointed rod with a spring hugging it tight. This pointed in. It's the business end that smacks into the primer of a bullet casing, sparking up a mini fireworks show that sends the bullet on its merry way. This is where it gets interesting. Striker fire guns have this cool two-step cocking dance. When you first load up, the striker bar is chilling in what you might call a half-cock position, kind of like it's waiting in the wings, ready to leap into action. Pull the trigger and boom, it goes into full beast mode, fully cocking and then firing in one smooth motion. After the party, it resets to its pre-cock state, primed for the next round. The whole setup is controlled by a nifty piece called the trigger bar, which gets nudged by another component, the connector, to let the striker fly or to catch it back in its half-cock layer after a shot. It's like having a personal assistant for your trigger, making everything simpler and smoother. This design strips down the fuss, making your gun ready to roll with less to puzzle over when it's go time.
Let's do it. It's go time.
And it's go time!
Alright, so it's not all roses. You know, we try to make the striker fire sound great, and I had to change the hat. It was hot. Sweated right through the next one. But the main complaint that people have, some people, you know, may have a little debate on this, is the lack of an external trigger on most striker fire firearms.
Because you need a safety net.
But you know, they talk about the lack of a safety, but these guns come with a lot of internal triggers, safeties for your trigger bar and other things that kind of make it a lot safer, what they call drop safe, or anything like that. So basically, with a striker fire gun, usually the only way a round is going to come out of there is if you pull that trigger. And I know I'm holding a SIG 320. Be quiet.
You never know when it's gonna go off on you.
It's gonna go off any second.
All right, so it is a big debate about the safeties. Some people like having no safety, just having it, sleek, smooth, not having to worry about that extra step. If you're doing self-defense, you got your gun on safety, you got to take it off. Other people like having that added sense of security. You'll hear a lot of guys say, well, if you're not safe, you shouldn't be carrying. Carry your gun. I don't care how you carry. We want you to carry it around in the chamber, but carry your gun. Don't let these internet knuckleheads keep you from taking your gun out on the street every day, all right?
Take a bullet and you put it in the chamber.
Don't.
So, I guess you may say it's kind of like, an automatic and a manual transmission. The striker fight is the automatic, everything just kind of done, and the hammer fight could be your manual transmission where you got a couple of extra steps you got to do. It all boils down to personal preference and what you like and what you desire and what you need for your gun and your needs. So if for those people that's in the external safety camp, it's like you're the pilot, it's like having a co-pilot, somebody that'll kind of help you not mess up and not make a mistake. But always remember that the most important safety when it comes to shooting is right here. All right, that is the most important thing. The firearm safety rules. You follow the firearm safety rules, you always handle guns safely.